Is it better to have a cannula in your hand or your arm? And if you had a cannula, pop in the comments below where was the best place for you and what your experience was. So firstly, what is a cannula? Well, a cannula is a plastic tube that stays in your veins. It's inserted by a needle. The needle comes out, the plastic tube stays in. Sometimes bloods are taken from that cannula that's inserted, and the plastic tube enables your midwives and your doctors or your nurses to be able to give you medication straight into your veins very rapidly. This is really important for things like an induction of labour, for example, where you're going to have a hormone drip. It might be that you need some medications after birth because of a previous postpartum hemorrhage. And those medications given straight into your veins help to contract the uterus down very quickly. It might be anti-sickness medications. It might be that you're going for a caesarean birth, for example. Lots of different reasons. So is it better to have the cannula in your arm or in your hand? So this might depend firstly on what your veins look like. If you've got some cracking veins here, usually the hand is the first place to try. The reason being, cannulas, because they're plastic tubing, any time that you move a joint, if the cannula is in a joint, for example, can occlude, so it blocks it and it stops it from working. So here in your arm, for example, every time that you move your arm during labour, childbirth, if you've got an infusion or a drip running, it can stop it from working. So putting it in here can be quite a challenge during labour and birth, particularly where women and people are very mobile during labour and birth. We want to try and promote that mobility and not restrict people from being able to do what they freely want to do. Whereas with a hand, normally the cannula doesn't reach the point of the joint itself. So again, occlusion tends to be lower. And the next thing to think about is when your baby's here, where's going to be least annoying and uncomfortable for you in terms of positioning your baby for skin to skin, for that delayed cord clamping, for breastfeeding, bottle feeding, for example, all of these things. And if it's in your arm, sometimes baby presses on it a lot more. And if you've got two cannulas, because maybe you're diabetic, you've got preeclampsia, for example, maybe you've needed two cannulas for whatever reason, you've got it on both sides. So again, hands tend to be better from the perspective of being able to hold your baby, but it's your choice and it's about what feels right to you, what's going to work best for you, and where you're going to feel most comfortable with that cannula going in, and in addition to what your veins look like and how easy it will be to try and get a cannula in on the first attempt and not several attempts if you've got really skin thin veins.